Matt, just your thoughts on the game and your performance today, and we'll open up to questions.
The game was neck and neck. I think we had no hits until maybe the sixth or something. So, it was a pretty close game. We had a big inning around the seventh, a couple bunts, so that was huge for us, staying in the game. Shadow Nedrow pitched really well for us, and we came out on top.
Recording in progress.
It wasn't just today. You had some big hits yesterday, some big defensive plays. I got to ask about the natural question. Being around Clearwater, does that give you a little bit extra juice?
It's super big for my parents to come out and see me. They live right down the road. So, I went to school 5 minutes from here, so it was good to see friends and family out there.
And then specifically yesterday, after what happened, Coach said, got to be more aggressive. 2-0, I'm sure you're on the fastball. What was your mentality?
Yeah, I've been getting pitched inside past couple of days, so once I felt 2-0, I was looking for a heater just to put a good swing on it.
Did you graduate from Cavalry? I know you went to CCC also.
I did. I went my first 2 years at Clearwater Central Catholic, and then I graduated from Cavalry.
Gotcha. Did you have former teammates from either school in attendance today as well as your family?
I don't think today. Some of them are off playing at different schools, so maybe not today, maybe yesterday.
You'll probably hear from a lot of them.
Yeah.
How meaningful is that for you to, obviously you know Clearwater. How old were you when you moved to Clearwater?
I was maybe 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Clearwater's home.
Yeah, this is 100% my home.
Can you talk about how meaningful it is to have a game-winning home run in your hometown?
Yeah, it was great. You could probably see I'm not the biggest power hitter, but sometimes I can get into it, and thank goodness today I did.
You had several near home runs, but how many do you think you should have hit this year?
Maybe a couple. I know at Florida I had one that maybe went over the wall, but not too many. That's really not my game.
And then last thing, for me anyway, when you guys are getting no hit, getting held down, like the guy that held you guys down in Wichita, what was the approach on the bench? How did you guys switch it around?
He was just throwing well. He was attacking with the heater. His slider was pretty good. We just kind of weren't putting enough balls in play, getting runs in. But, Nedrow kept us in the game, and eventually towards the end we kind of got him.
So when you were in high school, did you have any playoff games or anything like that in this ballpark?
In this ballpark, no. No, I didn't.
Did you play here 2 years ago?
Yes, my freshman year we came here.
In the top of the eighth, Lowry and Murphy combined for a pretty good defensive play. How did that momentum from that play kind of translate to your team and into that next at-bat?
That was great. Rocky's been fantastic at short. Murph's been really good at first. After they hit the 2 home runs to tie the game, momentum was for sure in their favor, and that play kind of switched it back into us and, kind of got us going, got us hype, and it just led to the eighth.
We can go to the Zoom for a question. We'll go to Andrew Riddell from College Baseball Central, please.
Hey, man. What was Coach Hannahs' just comments to you guys last night after dropping a tough one to ECU, and then coming into today, bouncing back real quickly after a late one last night?
He just said, they jumped on Braun pretty early. He's been great all year, but he just kept saying, thank goodness it wasn't our last game. So we got to play today, and he just said whoever wants him more is going to come out today.
So coming into this game after what happened yesterday, what was your baseline as far as minimum innings you were hoping to give the team? And how do you think you compared to your expectations?
I wasn't really thinking innings. I was just trying to go out there and give it my all every single pitch and leave it all out there because, I'm a senior. This could have been my last innings pitch, so I just wanted to go out there and make every pitch, throw it like it was my last, and give my teammates everything I had, every single pitch.
I know you had a lot of big games at the D2 level, but how was this comparatively? This is a pretty big deal.
This is it's a lot sweeter, It's a lot harder to get these guys out, and it's just I can't really explain it. It feels a lot better to me. Just trying to throw as many strikes as I can and get people out as quickly as I can. Sometimes it works.
Last question. Some of you guys have flipped roles this year. You become, the after Braun starter. So what's that been like for you? How's your comfort zone on that?
I'd never pitched out of the bullpen before this year, and at the beginning of the year, Coach Hannahs thought that was what was needed for the team, and I 100% agree. I learned a lot about myself going out of there, And I always knew that I could be comfortable being a starter again since that's what I had always done. And I'm really grateful for it. It just brought out another level of competitiveness in me. Just get the ball whatever day, give it every single thing I have, every single pitch. And, it ended up being real comfortable for me.
What was your reaction when you saw Matt? I mean, did you know it was going to go to the wall off the bat?
Oh, yeah, he hit that ball 150 miles an hour. I knew that thing was gone, and I was jumping up and I was screaming.
Yeah. What did you feel about the experience overall, being in the tournament? Obviously, you had an outstanding outing today. How'd you feel about the day overall?
I thought it was a great day. My teammates had my back all day. They made plays behind me. They hit when they needed to, and couldn't really ask for much better coming out here with a win.
And a win like this, too, the way it played out, it's one of those things where you're in position that anything can happen, right? And I'm sure everybody's looking ahead to, you got to take it one step at a time, which means Friday afternoon, but the sky could be the limit here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I 100% agree. If we keep swinging it, and I think that our pitching is set up really well to continue making a run, and I think this can give us a lot of momentum going into the next couple of games.
You gave up a run early in the first inning. How were you able to settle in and pitch so deep into the game in an elimination game and settle down?
It's just going back to what I do, trying to throw as many strikes as I can again, and just letting the guys behind me make plays and not trying to chase strikeouts or anything like that. Just getting back to what I do best.
We'll go to the Zoom for a question. Andrew Riddell, College Baseball Central, please.
Hey, so what kind of plan did you and obviously you pitched against this Wichita State, you went 8 innings, you pitched very well against the last time. How did you and Coach Dan just come back and try and keep that same approach going into a game like today?
I did pretty well against them last time. Gave up a couple home runs last time as well. We didn't want to change anything up too much, but we wanted to mix a little bit more. We've been real heavy on fastball and cutter, and we wanted to mix a little bit more with the changeup and sliders a little bit more. And I think that's what we did today, and I just, again, continued to throw as many strikes as I could and let the guys behind me make a lot of plays.
Obviously last night didn't turn out anything like we had wanted, and then we come out today and they bang a double off the wall to start, and you're thinking, oh boy, here we go again. But just really pleased with what Jack Nedrow did in an era where we're so concerned about velocity. His ability to hit spots and pitch today was really important for us all day long. He really settled the game down, really kept them on their heels. They couldn't really sell out. Thought I pushed him a hair too far. They got the tying home run, they got the pinch hit home run, then the tying home run, and I was looking down thinking, man, you start managing, trying to save pitching in the loser's bracket instead of doing what you should do. Probably should have gotten him a guy earlier, but thank goodness Matt Rose showed up and hit the big home run to get me off the hook. So, but it was a good game, well played by both teams.
Questions?
You mentioned pounding the zone, and that's been such a big part of his game. Have you always seen that from him? Because that's so, you got to do that.
Yeah, I think, Jack's always been a control guy. I think early in the year when we talked about, he came out a few times and tried to do too much, tried to have electric stuff, not understanding that what he did was good enough. Just keep doing what you've done your entire life. And I think once he settled into that, he's been unbelievable for us.
You said yesterday, falling behind, it took you out of the short game. How good was it to get that after the Mayo double the first hit?
I thought we were going to get no hit for a long time. I think, last night it seemed like we've had to move our lineup around to kind of figure out what flows best for us. We felt like today we would just kind of mix up and down the lineup and try to have some back control guys intermittent throughout our lineup instead of getting a bunch of guys together in certain spots so that we could hit and run, we could do some other things. We knew it was going to be tough to steal. Their catcher does a great job. And then I thought the guys did a great job with the bunts, even triple the first time. And then Betancourt, we called him over and asked him to bunt it to the pitcher. Not just put it out there, but let's make the pitcher make another throw. He'd thrown the one away before, and he did a great job bunting it right back to the pitcher. So I thought the things we asked the guys to do skill-wise was really important to the game today.
Triple swing and miss, I think, in the
First
pitch.
time.
Is that part of the plan? Or?
We didn't have a good plan at that point. I think the reality was, you know, we gave him one swing, and then he's a really good bunter. We thought maybe they would back off on the corners a little bit and give him a little more room to bunt.
A lot of good defense too.
Yeah.
Behind both Jack and Austin. That's very, very clean, as you said, well played game. But it's also one of those games where you know, I don't know if you want to call it a gut check game, but you're up by 2 late innings, tie game, and then you take the lead again. That says a lot about the character, right? I mean,
Yeah, and I think, you know, Austin Newton coming in and pounding the zone right after, you know, starting pitchers help relievers. It's, you know, guys that establish the zone and put a team on their heels, make it much easier for guys to come in after them. And when you're playing solid defense in addition to that, it certainly helps.
You mentioned managing for the weekend pitching-wise. I understand that, but how do you like getting to Saturday?
Well, you never like being in the loser's bracket, but I felt like last night the tough thing was to try and manage a bullpen and not just use people and not be able to have them back for the week. So we kept them about 35, 40 pitches. So I feel good with our bullpen moving forward. I feel good with the fact that Braun could throw again on Saturday. I feel good, you know, knowing that Nedrow could come back on Sunday. So in terms of what lies ahead, I feel pretty good with where our pitching sets.
Coach, what does it say about your team as a whole that they were able to come out with a win in an elimination game that had such a back and forth nature?
We've had a lot of those, and I certainly think that helps in the tournament. You know, we just played a few of those at Florida Atlantic and then came home. We played a few of those with Charlotte, you know, earlier. We've had a lot of those games, it seems like, that are just kind of back and forth into those last innings, you know, that we call the championship innings, the 7th, 8th, 9th. And I think the teams that stay composed in those last 3 innings are the teams that win a lot.